Okay, if you're outdoor, put your outdoor seatbelt on. If you're indoor, put your indoor seatbelt on. All right, it's Jonathan with Elixir Therapy, and we're about to dive into a real doozy of an experience here. Okay. Now, earlier I had you kind of sort yourself into two groups. If you're already, it's very easy for you to identify the internal voices of inner critic, inner child, inner authority. We're going to do the first exercise. If you're having difficulty doing that, then we'll do the second one. So if you're already able to access and notice those different parts, that's where you're at, then here's your exercises we're going to do. You'll at the end of this video or pause it or whatever, this is what you're going to do. You're going to get your phone or a piece of paper or something because you're getting ready to take some notes because something really important is about to happen. We're going to show an utmost level of respect to this part of ourself that we typically haven't. You're going to go and ask your inner critic to share all of its criticisms about you and everybody else. You're going to give it an opportunity to say all of the negative things, that it thinks about, that it's thought about, that it's held on to for your entire life. And that's why we prepared for this, right? It may take a while and it might be pretty extreme here. You're going to probably hear some stuff you don't want to hear. And that's why we're here, to let that happen and to accept it and to grow and to evolve and change into somebody that doesn't run from that experience. Take notes if you need to take breaks. I've seen a number of people that it gets so overwhelming, it takes so much time that they take a break, they go have a snack, they do something else, and then they come back to it. Be warned, you must come back. If you really want this to work, you've got to finish this. And so you may not have time right now. You may need to take some time and decide, okay, I don't have time right now, because this could take multiple hours. I don't have time right now. I'm going to do this tomorrow, or I'm going to do this another time. Make sure you follow through on that, because the inner critic and the inner child and inner authority are all seeing this. And if you make a commitment like that and then don't follow through, we're continuing to dig that hole. We're continuing to ignore that part of ourselves, right? If you're in the second group where this idea of inner intelligences and doesn't really make sense, it's not very accessible, but you can tell you want to continue on, you want to keep going, then we're going to take the earlier example of identifying a dream, identifying the criticisms, and then dialoguing with both of those sides as our exercise here. So with your paper or your phone or whatever it is that you like to use, what is a current dream that you have? And write that down, or type it in, or do a voice memo. One of my current dreams is this. Then either automatically, or you may need to ask yourself, why hasn't it happened? Why am I scared of doing that? What's stopping me? What inner or outer resistances are there? And you're going to start to write those down. And as you're doing that, become aware that there's a part of you that's generating those criticisms, those judgments, poking the holes in your plans of why it's not going to be possible, or you can't do it, or you tried in the past and failed, so it obviously will fail into the future. Notice that this is the inner critic. We're engaging the inner critic here. Tell me your criticisms. Tell me, I want to know. Okay, no matter which one you're doing, whether it's the identifying the dream or you're just going directly to tell me all of your criticisms and judgment of all time, we have a very particular way that we're going to respond. First, we're just going to sit there and listen. We're not going to argue. We're going to keep saying, keep going, keep going, keep going. Tell me everything. Tell me everything. We do that until they run out. We're not running away. We're not going to stop. You can take breaks. Just come back. And then the idea is you're going to go until everything's out. Once that's done, we're going to thank that part of us for sharing. Because what it just did is pretty vulnerable, whether it's the inner child or the inner critic. Right now, we're engaging the inner critic. We're going to thank it for sharing that. Thank you. And then the follow-up message, if it's actually all done, sometimes that restarts it again. If that finds more criticisms, judgment, fine. Then we're going to sit there and listen to it again until it's done. Are you done? Yes. Thank you for sharing that. I am now going to think really deeply on what you said. I'm going to take everything you said into consideration. And the follow-up will be contracting with it so that we'll go into the future, that we'll keep doing this into the future.